Hello lovelies, welcome back to Chrissy Cooking at Home. Today I am making peach jam, a low sugar peach jam. I'm not going to add pectin because from the recipes I've looked up, there is enough in the peel, the skin, that I don't need it for this recipe. Just need to cook it and cook it and cook it and cook it. So I washed, I pitted, I cut into smaller pieces my peaches. I have 7 pounds. And then I have 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I also have here, that you're not seeing, but I have 5 cups of sugar. That ratio is really off from what I've seen of regular jams. It's usually a lot more sugar, but you also need pectin to make it work. I've made this recipe before with nectarines, which is a fuzzless peach. So now I have peaches, and we're going to do it with peaches. I'm also going to put in my big old red pot, which I believe is 12 quart, a cup of water to just get the fruit cooking. Once we get the fruit cooking and going, we'll add the sugar, and then we'll just let it cook and cook and cook until it's the viscosity that I want my jam to be. And you can test that by either placing little plates in your freezer or spoons in your freezer, and when you think it's ready, drizzle a little bit on that plate or spoon and see how it sets up. If it's still too runny, let it cook, let it cook, let it cook. But just keep checking it, and you don't want to stop stirring because the fruit can burn. I had that happen with the last jam. I had to walk away. I didn't turn off the heat. I had to walk away, and pineapple burned. So, oopsie. I'm learning as I go. I knew better from my research and from watching people, but yeah, life happens. So here I have my sugar measured out, my lemon juice measured out, my water measured out, and all my peaches cut up and pitted, and you can still see the skins, which from what I understand has some pectin, not as much as apples, but it has some, and the amount that we're doing is enough pectin. I don't need to add any. So cha-ching, save a few dollars there, because I don't like the price of pectin, honestly. I guess it could be worse, but I don't like the price of pectin at my local grocery stores. So I have my water bath canner. I got to get it filled up and get it going, get the jars in there, get them sterilized, get the lids sterilized, get this jam cooking and get it going. Once I get it down, cooking down, I have the sugar and the lemon juice added, I'll bring you back to see how it's looking. Doesn't it feel like forever to wait for your water bath canner to fill up with water? So much water. I feel like I've been standing here forever. Come on, water. But I gotta get my apron on. Something I wanted to mention, when I did the nectarine jam, I wasn't happy, when it got to the viscosity that I wanted, I wasn't happy with the chunks of the skin. I don't think I cut them small enough then. I cut it smaller this time, but what I did is I took my immersion blender and put it in there. Once I turned it and removed it from heat, I put it in there and gave it a good minute, maybe 60-90 seconds of the immersion blender, just kind of breaking that up a little bit more, and then it was just so perfect. I loved that it was not so sickly sweet. If you didn't already know, I've had weight loss surgery. I'm a little more sensitive to sugar, and things that are too sweet can really upset my stomach. So I liked that this jam was not so sweet. Actually, the nectarine jam that I made is the very first thing I canned on July 7th of 2022. It is now August 12th of 2022, and I'm giving it another go, but this time with peaches. And it was because of that nectarine jam that I fell in love with the idea of canning food so it didn't go to waste, because it just seemed like so much food was going to waste, and food prices are soaring and we can't afford for food to go to waste. So this canning the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks has really stretched our food budget quite a bit. because not so much is going to waste. We're not leftovers people. We don't really eat leftovers, and I like to cook big, and canning is giving me a chance to do big batch cooking. But then I just heat up what I've canned, like the meal starters I love. Today we're having the chicken peppercash that I did in another video that was Jenny Goff's recipe. We're having that today. So it's smaller for just the 3 of us. It's perfect. I'm not cooking a huge pan of chicken peppercash. I mean, I did decan it, but I'm not doing it now to waste it. Hope that made sense. I thought I'd bring you back real quick to see how I'm doing with the fruit. I've removed it from the heat to do this little snippet, but I've been stirring and stirring and stirring for about 10 minutes, and already the fruit has given off a lot of juices, and the skins are coming off and mashing up really well with the fruit. And I might not need the immersion blender this time. Maybe those nectarine skins were just tougher. I don't know. Got the lids back there getting ready to sterilize and boiling. Jars are in my water canner. So just keep going. Still stirring, still cooking. I got it up to a full boil, and once it was at a boil that I could not stir down, I set a timer for 15 minutes. Just standing here, stirring, stirring, stirring. And this is where we're at. I don't know if you can see through all the steam, because I got the water bath canner boiling with my jars in it. But this is where we're at. Can you see? I can't tell. We got about 6 minutes left. Ooh, splatter, splatter. Ooh, it got me. I'll bring you back. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I have it over medium-high heat. Just a skosh over medium. Not too close to the high. So, it's a process. Without that pectin, I think it takes longer, because I have used pectin, but this definitely takes longer. Cooking down the fruit and then letting it really cook and cook and cook, and then we're going to add the sugar and let it cook, let it cook, let it cook, let it cook, and then we'll add lemon juice. Give it, did we cook it? I think we only cooked for like 5 more minutes after the lemon juice. And then we check viscosity and go from there. Okay, I've added the sugar. I'm going to bring it back to a boil, and we're going to let it boil. Once it's at a full boil, stirring, stirring, stirring over medium-low heat. We'll stir, 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 and cook until we reach the viscosity that we like. I don't remember why we threw in the lemon juice last minute. Maybe it's because I forgot it. Could be, but that's what I wrote down that I did. So I was trying to keep track of what I was doing. Because I looked at several no pectin recipes. Came up with this one. It's a spitter though. It really got me just a minute ago, right before I added the sugar. Actually, while I was pouring the sugar in. But here's where we're at. Sugar's in. I don't know if you can see it changed the color. It's a little darker now. Sugar's in. Lemon juice not. Here's where we're at. Medium lowish. But that's that. So I'll bring you back later. Okay, it's been bubbling and twiddling and spitting for the last 15 minutes or so. I got a spoon out of the freezer. We're going to check viscosity. It's very slowly moving. That's almost where I want it. Now I set like 10 spoons in the freezer, so I'm gonna keep checking it. See if I can do this without getting spit on. This thing's a spitter. I've turned it down quite a bit, but still stirring. That's what this arm over here is doing. It's getting its workout in. So I put a little bit of jam. Oops. Oh well, that's washable. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. See, it's holding its own. There's still some quite big chunks in here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I keep taking my back of my spoon and smashing chunks up against the wall of the pot, my stock pot here, and then give it a good stir. See what pieces float to the top, because as it's cooking, the pieces float to the top. I don't mind some chunks because it's jam, but I don't want the chunks too big. This is a spitter. I've gotten it on my mat here that I made. I've gotten it all over the stove. I've got it on the floor. I've got it on me. The apron is why I wear the apron. My hands. It's a spitter. What jam isn't? Honestly. Alright, gonna keep stirring. Gonna keep cooking. Bring you back. Time for another viscosity test. Just grabbed a spoon from the freezer. Instead of doing that, we're going to do it on the back and see how it holds up. So, it's not moving that fast. Much slower. Alright, stir. We're going to look at that. Oh, so tasty. It's not too sweet. Still sweet because it does have, you know, still a good amount of sugar. But not as sweet. So I think we're ready. So, just folding my paper towels, get ready to wipe my rims. I have my, let's say lemon is strong. I have my vinegar ready for wiping the rims. About to get them out of the water canner. Okay. Be right back. Now, these suckers are friggin' hot. So, I forgot to do on camera that I had added the lemon juice and then checked that last viscosity. So I am happy with it. Let's do this one first. It's closer to you guys. We want a 1/4 inch headspace, which I will check with my little measuring tool thingy. Trying not to drip jam everywhere, but I don't know why, because it's already been spitting everywhere. That looks a little overfilled. A little off camera, that one looks like a little overfilled. I know, this is so exciting for you guys, isn't it? Watching me dump this in here. I need to sterilize more jars. This made more than the nectarine batch did. The nectarine batch made a perfect 8 half pints. These are full. Gotta check the headspace. And I still have quite a bit of jam. I gotta get those jars sterilized. While those jars sterilize and the lids sterilize, I'm just going to measure my headspace and clean these jars and pray the timing works out. Well, jam is done. I had to do it in 2 rounds. Got 5 more half pints and 1 whole pint. I ran out of half pint jars. Oh well, lots of low sugar peach jam for me. So what we have,
then you just force the liquid on it, and then he just collects it.
you see those wide mouth lids there? I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Never buying that brand again. Nope. They have buckled in pressure canning and now in water bath canning. So they still sealed when they buckled under pressure canning. Just not happy with that. So the whole box is going in the garbage now. I think it was a box of 70. Yeah. There's a brand out there that a lot of people are speaking highly of. Gonna buy that. Because no bueno. No, not good. Not good. But my jam is awesome. So I'm a happy girl that the jam is awesome. And I'll be happy if the jars with the wide mouth lids seal. Fingers crossed. Till next time. Okay, it's been a couple of days since I made the peach jam. It's a very soft set. I could have cooked it longer, but it's fine for me. So it spreads on the toast real good. Like I said, it's a low sugar. It's not so sweet. Now, I mentioned my surgery. I cannot eat this whole piece of toast. But see, it's a little thinner, but it's got nice, I like the texture. It's got the few chunks of peach here and there. See if I can find one. The skin's cooked down beautifully. You don't get the fuzzy skin at all, but perfect. Really taste the fruit. Really nice peach flavor, not sugar with some peach. That's why I really liked this when I did it with nectarines. So, and I'm happy with what happened with the peaches. I could, in theory, dump it all out, put it back in the pot, cook it longer, and get a thicker set. But I'm happy with this. I'm the one that's going to eat this. I can't imagine my sweetheart or Logan eating this. They're not jam people. I am. So I have a lot of jam to eat. It's going to last me quite a while. But it's really good. I wish I had some biscuits. I might make some later. Because my toaster's on the fritz. It's like lightly toasted, really toasted. It's just old. Just need a new one. So, got more projects lined up. See you later.